Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. Welcome to Mathematics with Shahab Yaqub. So now we are starting with the second class of coordinate geometry, and it's a good idea to recap what have we done in the first class. We did something very basic. So lecture number 2 of coordinate geometry, and coordinate geometry is part of P1. This is AS level maths. So now, when I start these topics, I want the uh, change and the pace to be very gradual. So let me get started with the basic idea. We talked about syllabus and all these things, so let's skip that part. In coordinate geometry, we talk about distance between 2 points, we talk about midpoint, slope, gradient, equation of a line, parallel lines, perpendicular lines, intersection, sketches, parallelogram, and area. So now first the distance formula, everyone knows how to use it. That's the first thing that we discussed last time. It can also be the length of this line segment. Line segment ka matlab, line ka piece, line ka tukra. So that is the length of the line segment. That is this thing. Then midpoint formula, technically we take the average of the x coordinates, average of the y coordinates. Slope, rise over run, change in y over change in x. That is the official formula. You all know it. Parallel lines, they have the same slope. Perpendicular lines, slope multiply out to give you -1. In other words, one gradient is the negative reciprocal of the other. Equation of a line, y is equals to mx plus c. M is the slope, c is the y-intercept. When the line meets the x-axis, y-coordinate is 0 because the equation of x-axis is y is equals to 0. When a line meets the y-axis, x-coordinate is 0 because the equation of y-axis is x is equals to 0. Then some sketches. This is all last time work. I'm skimming over it, and then I'll form a group, a portal, or something like that, and I'll share that video with you for you to have a look. When the slope is positive, the line goes up like this. So for example, if the equation is like this, it's just a rough sketch. It has a positive slope, it has a positive y-intercept. This one has a positive slope, negative y-intercept. So therefore, the line it's cutting the y-axis a little bit below the x-axis. Over here, negative slope, positive y-intercept, and this is negative y-intercept. Y is equals to 2, a line parallel to x-axis. All along the line, the y-coordinate is 2. Line parallel to y-axis of the form x is equals to a. All along the line, the x-coordinate is 1. Line parallel to x-axis has a 0 slope. Line parallel to y-axis has an undefined gradient. We also talked about this concept. I'll skip right now. The logic, you have to watch the video. Line parallel to x-axis, y-coordinate is unchanged, slope is 0. Line parallel to y-axis, x-coordinate is unchanged, slope is undefined. The equation is of the form y is equals to a constant. The equation is of the form x is equals to a constant. Worked example 1, a very basic worked example. The line meets x-axis at A and y-axis at B. Find the coordinates of A and B. Find the area of this triangle. Find the equation of a line perpendicular to AB and passing through the origin. That's the equation of the line. Line meets x-axis, y-coordinate is 0. X comes out to be 10. Line meets y-axis, x-coordinate is 0, y comes out to be 5. That is the x-intercept. So this A is technically the x-intercept. And this B over here, that is the y-intercept. Now that's how the diagram looks. So now, first thing, since some people are joining for the very first time individually, just put a tick mark over there that you are understanding everything. So now still Some people are messaging me. Let's just, why don't you tick mark first? And then in the meanwhile, I can send them this thing. Okay, so they are joining. And those people, I want a very responsive crowd over here. So yes, some people are messaging. I'll be forming a group for this particular class also. Okay. So now, yes, I'm just passing through it. Okay, Ji. So now this thing is all good, all clear. Now it says area of triangle, that is half into base into height. This base is 10 units, height is 5 units. So therefore, this comes out to be 25 units square or 25 square units. You can write it in two different formats. Now the third thing, the equation of a line passing through origin, it's perpendicular to the green line. So the equation of the green line, that is the green line over here. The equation of the green line is this thing. The gradient of the green line is negative half. The other equation over here, that is the reddish type of a line, the gradient is plus 2 because they are perpendicular. So negative reciprocal. And then find the point of intersection. So this thing is about simultaneous equations. So again, have a good look. The equation was already given. This is passing through the origin. Y-intercept is 0. The gradient of the green line is negative half. Gradient of this line is positive 2. Y is equals to mx plus c. Y is equals to 2x plus 0. That is the equation. Now, the next one. Solving the reddish line. So that is the reddish line over here. Solving the reddish line and green line simultaneously. You found the value of x is equals to 2. Plug in any which way, you will find the same answer. Y is equals to 4. So I hope this is all good, all clear. That is the point of intersection. And now if it says find the shortest distance from origin to the line AB, that is the origin O, that is the point of intersection, that distance comes out to be 2 root 5 units. Now the next one, an alternative way to find the shortest distance. And this is very, very important. Have a good look because a lot of you are joining for the first time. If this is a triangle like this, I can choose this as the height, this as the base. And what if I tilt it around? So now this becomes the height and this not drawn accurately. This becomes the height and this becomes the base. The area should be the same. So if I apply this knowledge, this thing is AB. This was 5, this was 10, this is root 125. If I need the value of d half into root 125 into 25, therefore d comes out to be the exact same answer. That is where we stopped. Now, those people who are joining for the very first time, what I would like you to do, let me share these images with you. First, copy it down, take around like 5-7 minutes, and then we will continue. Otherwise, you people will be getting stuck. So let me pause the recording. So people, we are back and you are done with the copying part, which is something very important. And now officially we are starting the lecture number 2. So in lecture number 2, let me focus on the first thing, which is about simultaneous equations and simultaneous equations of the type in which one equation is linear and the other equation and the other is non-linear. It could be quadratic, it could be anything else. It's not the equation of a straight line. So I hope everyone is aware of the terminology. Linear means straight line equation. Non-linear means equation of any curve. Let's get started with the very basic idea. That is y is equals to 2x, y is equals to x square. The first one is linear. The second equation is non-linear. Technically, it's a quadratic equation, but let me use a generalized term. So that is a non-linear. Now, when I want to solve this, I'll simply equate. The reason is y equals to 2x, y equals to x square. 2x is equals to x square. And now comes a very important thing. Let me give you two options. Option one of solving, that is based on division. Let me give you the second option of solving, and option two is based on taking common. And one of them is completely correct, the other one is not. Let's focus on this. So division, 2x is equals to x square, divide by x. Therefore, 2 is equals to x, or x is equals to 2. The other option, 2x minus x square equals to 0, x common, 2 minus x equals to 0. Two terms, two brackets multiply to give you 0. Therefore, either one of them is 0, x is 0. 2 minus x equals to 0, minus x is negative 2, therefore x is 2. Now this one right over here, this is, excuse me, this is the complete solution. This one is not wrong, but this is incomplete solution. So therefore, bottom line of the story is, whenever we are solving an equation, the rule should be always take common. That is the first thing that you should be focusing on. Always take common. Is this thing all good, all clear? So let's go ahead. So let me call this as worked example 1. And let me show this thing using a sketch. So let me draw a grid. And the straight line equation, that was the red one, y is equals to 2x. So let me draw this line, y is equals to 2x. So this line goes like this. Let me draw the curve, y is equals to x square like this. Okay. And let me just shift this thing down, something like this. Now, how many points of intersection? By the way, this is all O-level maths. So the red one, that is y is equals to 2x. The blue one, that is y is equals to x square. It's a sketch. The points of intersection are these two. This answer is 0. This answer right over here, that is 2. So we can see from the graph, when we solve it simultaneously, we get two answers. Now let me give you another perspective. And that another perspective is this thing. The first perspective and the second perspective. Okay, now the first perspective is, if I say to you, solve the following pair of simultaneous equations. So simultaneous, instead of writing the whole words, I might write sim equations. Y is equals to x square and y is equals to 2x. So the answer that you will get, you will write it like this. You found the values of x, x is 2. And then when x is 2, what is y? So y is equals to 2 times 2, which comes out to be 4. So x is 0, and this is the other answer. Hold for a second. And the other one, y is 2 times 0, which is 0. So now what are we getting? We are getting when x is 0, y is 0. When x is 2, y is 4. So we are getting two answers. That is x is 2, y is 4. And x is 0, y is 0. So you write the answer as pairs. Got the idea? If the question was the line y is equals to 2x meets the curve y is equals to x square, find the coordinates, coordinates of the points, points, plural, points of intersection. Find the coordinates of the points of intersection of line and curve. Now, how will we write the answer? First of all, when it says coordinates, this word, the coordinates, means both x and y. And when it says the points of intersection, when it says points of intersection, so this thing is plural. So this thing is plural. That means there is more than one point. And now how would I write the answer? So now the answer, the same answer will be written as 0, comma 0, and then comma, this is 2, comma 4. Now look at this thing. It's the same working, but two different perspectives. An examiner in P1 is very, very particular about all these things. So 0, comma 0, 2, comma 4, if they ask for the coordinates of the points of intersection, if they ask for simultaneous equations, they would be asking it like this: x is 0, y is 0, x is 2, y is 4. So just acknowledge it on WhatsApp individually. If this is all good, all clear, so just use all good, all clear. That is the term that I use. All good, all clear. So just write it out individually, and then I will know exactly that you have understood everything. So we are understanding all these small things very, very slowly. There is no hurry. Don't worry about finishing the syllabus. Everything will be finished on time. I believe in giving extra classes. So everything will be taken care of. Let me just check one thing, which I want to always double check. That is the recording and everything. Okay. So now this thing is all good, all done. Let me focus more on this. So worked example 2. Worked example 2. Solve the following pair of simultaneous equations. X plus y equals to, if and 4 is 20, so x plus y is 9, and xy is equals to 20. This is a linear equation. This is a non-linear equation. How do I know it's linear? Because the power of x is 1, the power of x is 1, and there is a positive sign in the middle. So I can write it in the form y is equals to mx plus c. Even though the power of x is 1, the power of x is 1, there is a multiplication sign. So technically, this thing is y is equals to 20 over x. This is a reciprocal graph, which you have studied in O-level maths. Reciprocal function. And this one is y is equals to minus x plus 9. This falls into the category y is equals to mx plus c. So I hope you understand it loud and clear. Now, when I want to solve it simultaneously, I can say that let me make y the subject, that is y is equals to minus x plus 9. So xy is equals to 20. X into minus x plus 9 is equals to 20. Negative x square plus 9x is equals to 20. Negative x square negative plus 9x negative 20 is 0. Therefore, x square minus 9x plus 20 equals to 0. X square minus 5x minus 4x plus 20 equals to 0. Middle term factorization. That is the heart and soul of pure maths 1. So it will be everywhere. So therefore, this is x bracket x minus 5 minus 4 bracket x minus 5 equals to 0. Then we have x minus 5, x minus 4 equals to 0. So therefore, x is 5, x is 4. What is y equals to? Y is 20 over x. But y is 20 over x. So when x is 5, y is 20 over 5 or 4. When x is 4, y is equals to 20 over 4, which is 5. Therefore, write down the final answer in the proper format, which is x is 5, y is 4. And then x is 4, y is 5. Is this all got all clear? This is worked example 2. Now, let's move ahead. Every single thing is necessary. Let's move ahead to the idea of another form of a straight line equation. Y is equals to mx plus c. Y minus y1, y minus y1, bracket mx minus x1. The thing on the left, this has a slope, this has a y-intercept, and this is called the slope-intercept format or form of equation of a straight line. By the way, they both are equation of a straight line, a linear equation. It's just that the format is different, slope-intercept form. Over here, this one has a coordinate. So there is a point, and that point is x1 comma y1. There is the slope, so the slope is there. So therefore, this is known as slope point form or format. These are the two different formats. So this is the new brand thing in AS level maths. Now, this will make things very easy for you. So let's get started with this idea. How can I use it? That is the whole objective. So now let me talk about this thing. Worked example 1. Find equation of a line passing through 2 comma 5 and is parallel to 3x minus 4y plus 7 is equals to 0. Now let me copy this thing and paste it twice. Actually, yeah, twice is good because I'll do it in two different ways. So copy. Let me go to the next page and copy. Okay. So now if I apply the rate format, that is the y is equals to mx plus c format. So we will work with y is equals to mx plus c, just like O-level maths. So what I'll do is that first thing, step number 1, that is step 1, write it in the proper format. Minus 4y minus 3x plus 7 minus 3x minus 7. Therefore, 4y is equals to 3x plus 7. Therefore, y is 3x over 4 plus 7 over 4. The gradient is 3/4. Parallel, same gradient passing through 2, 5. So therefore, 2, 5. Gradient is 3/4. Y is equals to 3/4 x plus c. Y is equals to 3/4 into x is 2. And y, I need to plug it in. So that is 5. That is c. So let me multiply. That is 5 is equals to 3 over 2 plus c. 5 minus 3 over 2. Therefore, c comes out to be 7 over 2. So therefore, y is 3/4 x minus plus 7 over 2. That is the equation of this form. I can simplify it also. What if I multiply by 4? So 4y is equals to 3x plus 14. So I can also write in this format. I hope this is all good, all clear. Let me write in the other format, which is y minus y1 is equals to mx minus x1. Find the equation of a line. It passes through 2, 5. It's parallel to this thing. Let's do the working again. So negative 4y is negative 3x negative 7. 4y is equals to 3x plus 7. Y is equals to 3/4 x plus 7 over 4. Gradient is 3/4. Point is 2 comma 5. Write down the format. Y minus y1 is equals to mx minus x1. Y minus 5 is equals to 3/4 x minus 2. Now this will make life easier when I cross multiply. So if I cross multiply, 4y minus 20 equals to 3x minus 6. 4y is equals to 3x minus 6 plus 20. 4y is equals to 3x plus 14. Is this the answer? Yes, this is exactly the answer. Got the idea? I personally prefer this way. This is much easier to play around with because I can easily cross multiply. Yes, if I want to torture myself, I will open it up with a fraction, but I won't. I will write it like this. Now, maybe the examiner will say, in any form, give the answer in the form. So the examiner will say, give equation in the form ax plus by plus d equals to 0, something like this. So what will you do? You will transfer everything to one side. So there are two options of transferring. 4y minus 3x minus 14 equals to 0, minus 3x plus 4y minus 14 equals to 0. This is all done and dusted. The other option is transfer everything to the other side. 3x minus 4y plus 14 is equals to 0. They both are of the format ax plus by plus d equals to 0. Ax plus by plus d equals to 0. The examiner simply wants to state in this format. And maybe they will write where a, b, and d are integers to be found. I hope this is all good, all clear. Of course, when I'll share the images, you can comfortably copy it down. You can also listen to the lecture once again. Now, let me try out one or two past paper basic kind of questions. So let me look at this, something to do with what we have done. Question number 2. Now let me solve this thing. Let me highlight things. Hold for a second. Okay. The line where A and B are positive constants, intersects x-axis, y-axis at the point A and B respectively. The midpoint of AB lies on this line, and the distance AB is 10. Find the values of A and B. Now let's get started. X over A plus Y over B equals to 1. It intersects x-axis at A. This line intersects x-axis at A. It intersects y-axis at B. When it intersects x-axis, y-coordinate is 0. When it intersects y-axis, x-coordinate is 0. So now over here, if I say y is equals to 0, this thing will disappear. So x over a equals to 1. Therefore, x is small a. Therefore, the coordinates of a is a comma 0. If I say x is equals to 0, this term will disappear. Y over b equals to 1. Therefore, y is equals to b. Therefore, the coordinate of b is 0 comma b. I hope this is all good, all clear. That's the equation of a line. Line meets x-axis, y coordinate is 0. Line meets y-axis, x coordinate is 0. That's how you get A and B. Now it says the midpoint of AB. So let M be the midpoint of AB. So the coordinates of M would be the average of the x coordinates, that is a plus 0 divided by 2, the average of the y coordinates, that is 0 plus b divided by 2, that is half a, and this is half b, that is the coordinate of M. So far, so good. It lies on the line 2x plus y is equals to 10. So M, which is a over 2 comma b over 2, it lies on the line. What's the name of the line? 2x plus y is equals to 10. 2x plus y equals to 10. That means take the x coordinate, plug in place of x coordinate, take the y coordinate, plug in place of y coordinate if it lies on the line. So therefore, 2 times a over 2 plus b, which is b over 2, equals to 10. 2a plus half b is equals to 10, multiplied by 2. 4a plus b is equals to 20. This is equation number 1. The second part, the distance AB is 10 units. So A is A comma 0, B is 0 comma B. A is A comma 0, B is 0 comma B. Magnitude of this line is 10 units. That is what we mean by the length. So use the distance formula, which is A minus 0 whole square, which is 0 minus b whole square. That square root is equals to 10. So therefore, what do I have? I have a square plus b square under root equals to 10. Therefore, a square plus b square is 100. That is equation number 2. So now just acknowledge and let me check my WhatsApp. If this is all good, all clear, just a beautiful tick mark is needed. Okay, have a good luck. It's a very nice question. The line is there. We got the x-intercept. We got the y-intercept. We got the midpoint. Midpoint lies on the line. And then that gives me the first equation. So the first equation is this thing, that is 4a plus b is equals to 20. And then the distance formula, that gave me the second equation like this. So 4a plus b is equals to 20. Let me write it. 4a plus b is equals to 20. That is equation 1. A squared plus b squared is 100. That is equation 2. That is equation 2. So now let me make b the subject. B is 20 minus 4a. Let me plug it in over here. So a square plus 20 minus 4a whole square is 100. That is a square plus 400. And 2 into 4 is 8. 8 into 20 is 160. A plus 16a square is equals to 100. So far, so good. So this is, Let me just check one thing. This is 2a plus half b is this thing. Multiply by 2. 4a plus b is equals to 20. Okay. So now we have this thing a square plus 16a square, that is 17a square, minus 160a, and 400 minus 100, that is 300, equals to 0. I just want to double check one thing. If everything is good, this is a over 2, b over 2. 2x plus y, is it 2x plus y? Yeah, 2x plus y. So 2 times a over 2. Okay, there is one small mistake that I did. Let me correct myself. I had a feeling I made some mistake, and this equation S needs to be correction. Multiply by 2. So therefore 2a plus b is equals to 20. And let me make this thing clear. 2a plus b is 20. So now I need to erase it. This is 2, this is 2, this is 2. This thing will change and so on. So now 2a plus b is equals to 20. Therefore, b is 20 minus 2a. This is 2a. This is 400. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 into 20 is 80 minus 80a plus 4a squared. Now I have that feeling it's 100% correct. 5a squared minus 80a plus 300 is equals to 0 divided by 5. That is a squared minus 16a. And this is 5 into 60 plus 60 is equals to 0. Yes, you can use a quadratic formula also. A square minus 10a minus 6a plus 60 is equals to 0. A minus 10 minus 6, a minus 10 is equals to 0. A minus 10, a minus 6 equals to 0. Therefore, a is equals to 10, a equals to 6. And what is b? B is 20 minus 2a. But b is 20 minus 2a. So let me just grab this and push it on the next page. So copy and let me just write it over here. But b is this thing. So now what I'll do is that I'll say when a is 10, b is 20 minus 2 into 10, which is 20 minus 20, which is 0. And when a is 6, b is 20 minus 2 into 6, which is 20 minus 12, which is 8. What were they asking, by the way? They were asking the values of a and b. So now the first answer is a is 10, b is 0. A is 10, b is 0. The second answer is a is 6, b is 8. Now I'll reject and I'll accept. Why am I rejecting it? Because it says a and b are positive constant. 0 is neither positive nor negative. So we do all the way till the very end. And that is the reason, because a and b are positive constants. That is why we rejected this one. That is why this is the only answer. So I hope you understood coordinate geometry much better than before. This was lecture number 2 of coordinate geometry. Inshallah, I'll try to keep a class over the weekend also, so that at a gradual pace, we can cover as much as possible. Take care, everyone.